Welcome to the Snohomish Storytellers. Here in our little corner of the universe in Snohomish, we have a strong sense of community and heritage founded in the whispers of yesterday's stories and the narrative of what is being written today. Snohomish Storytellers captures this through organic conversation between Snohomies, former, present, and future.
This podcast is brought to you by the historic Downtown Snohomish Association. Our mission is to promote, preserve, and improve the Downtown Historic District as the heart and soul of the city of Snohomish. My name is Megan Hetherington, Executive Director of HDSA, and my lovely co-host is
Sheila DeVerter, Board Member of HDSA. And with us today is also our podcast producer and Vice President of HDSA, Trent DeVerter.
And welcome to our podcast.
Megan.
Sheila.
One last time this year, we can say that, right? Megan.
Sheila.
I love that you got recognized.
I know. Oh, we should tell that story. That was amazing. So I was at Blanc and Rouge with some friends and other community people. Sarah Dillon Jensen was there from the farmer's market. And she had a friend with her and we introduced ourselves and then we're just kind of chatting. Yeah. But I don't think she caught my name.
Okay.
It was just kind of like, oh, I'm so-and-so. And everyone was talking at the same time, you know? Right. And then I was talking to somebody else about HDSA and I mentioned your name. Yeah. And this gal turned around. She was like, oh, you're from the podcast. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, I knew I recognized your voice, but I didn't place it until I heard you say Sheila.
Oh my God, that is hilarious.
I loved it.
That's the soundbite that is recognizable.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that there is a level of anonymity, even though you post our pictures all the time. But the fact that people recognized it from the voice.
We're known by our voices, right?
And not the face. I kind of like that. I feel like I'm a radio host.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, thanks.
The radio host of HDSA. Less music. More talking.
You do
Talk
not want to
radio.
hear me sing. You do not want to hear me sing.
I do sing on this podcast sometimes. I didn't realize until I started listening. Like I usually listen to everyone after it's posted so I can kind of refresh my memory of what do we talk about and like create the social media post and all that. And I sing a lot.
Really?
I think I've sang like 4 or 5 times.
I mean, good for you.
But I just sing random things. Like I sing Come and Knock on Our Door. That happened.
Right. It's
a
on
couple
theme.
times.
It's on theme.
Like before Roper Romp.
Yeah.
I did that one time. I don't know. I'm weird.
You were
and random.
predicting. You were
manifesting.
You're manifesting. Yeah. That's the word. Yeah.
Even though I didn't know who Roper was, but. And then sometimes I just sing words. Like instead of just saying the words. Yeah. I have to put a melody. I don't know.
Whatever helps you get through the day, you know? Yeah. We're here to
It's probably during those late night podcasts
which
that we've
this
done.
Is one. So just
maybe
a disclaimer.
There'll be some singing.
Yeah, just a disclaimer for the audience that we are recording this past 7 p.m., which I think is our pumpkin time. So
and it's the weekend or the week post Winterfest, which was wonderfully insane and a lot of work. And I literally I haven't even completely wrapped that up because I still have more stuff to put away. Yeah, I still have a couple emails that I need to send out after that. Yeah. So it is not yet done, but I'm giving myself grace because it's the holiday season. It's December. Was a successful wine walk.
It was
so
successful.
Just sit in the joy of that for now.
Right. And I'm pretty sure everyone else is still busy with their holiday season that they're not waiting for my email.
For your wine walk.
So, it's that time of year. We give ourselves grace. But seeing that it is December, which I cannot believe, we are, a week and a half away from 2024. I don't even want to hear that number.
Like literally, where did this year go?
Where? Yeah, I don't know. It came, it went, it came, it conquered, it left, I guess. But, thinking about the upcoming year, of course, always makes me want to think about what happened this year.
Yeah.
Because 2023
time. A lot happened.
So much happened.
I mean, you officially joined the board in 2023.
I did. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And so many things happened.
What a wonderful addition you've been.
Oh, thanks. I'm the personality.
I'm glad
hire.
I strong-armed you into becoming a board member. That's not really what happened.
I did
charmed her in.
But I was just looking through our Instagram feed because
it's a good way to reflect.
Yeah. A jog of memory. And I'm just amazed at how much we've done this year. Not just us in HDSA, but us as a community in Snohomish in general. And it just makes me feel really happy to be a part of this community because we do some very, very awesome things throughout the year. So I wanted to do like a step back in time.
Ooh, a walk
Let's
down
do a
memory lane.
recap. Yes.
Did you know there's a memory lane in Snohomish? I drove by it today.
Where?
It's not far from here, actually. It's just off of that road that goes like Bonneville. Is that a road?
I have no idea. I barely know the name of the road I live in.
Well, I was following my map, GPS to get to Ingrid's house because I was coming from here, from your house, from one board member's house to the other. And I was like, I don't really know how to get there from here. So it took me down this other road, and on the GPS, it said memory lane. I was like, I totally want to get out of the car and take a picture of that.
That would have been epic.
That was a tangent.
Yeah. So if anyone needs some reflection time, you can head down to memory lane in Snohomish
to someone's house.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just looking back at everything this year, and the year started obviously with January, and we had Mac Bates on our podcast.
He was my favorite guest. I'm really sorry to all the other guests. I love you all so much. Like every single guest was incredible.
Yeah.
Mac was just special, like extra special.
It was a wonderful way to start the year. It was also such an eye-opening episode. I feel like I learned so much from him. And the relationships that like Trent and I have been able to build with other folks in the community through Mac.
Yeah.
And the fact that now like I walk into the Carnegie and half the time he's there, and it's such a nice like face to welcome you.
Very familiar.
Yeah.
And he was the first one to reach out to us and be like, hey,
I want to be on
your podcast. And I don't know if I really have anything to offer, but I have some interesting insight. And then he was just phenomenal.
And we could have done like a 6-hour podcast with him
all day long.
Yeah.
I could have sat in that room and listened to him talk all day.
Right.
It was so good.
He needs like a full-on documentary.
Well, speaking of that, he's actually, so he's been what came of this was talking about writing.
Yeah.
And he is a writer. He was a teacher and he likes to write. And he ended up being our volunteer all year and did the Snohomi of the month in the newsletter, which was so great. Because like I enjoyed doing that, but it was very time consuming and I have a lot of other things to do as part of my job. So it was one of those things that I was like, this is hard to give up because it's really fun.
Yeah.
But it's a great fit for him. He's interested and he did it all year long for us. And he wrote such great articles. Like they were so wonderful every time. And I learned something. Like some of these people I knew.
Right.
And I thought I knew about them. And I learned something new every time.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that. But he's going to step down from that.
Oh.
He said, thank you for the year.
Oh.
So if anybody else wants to do that, it's an open job and it's a fun job.
Yeah.
Let me know. But he's going to be writing some books.
Oh,
so he wants to author. He's already authored a book about climbing. Is it the Three Sisters?
I forget the
Three
title.
Fingers. Some sort of mountain book.
We talked about it on the podcast, I think. So if anyone is looking for it, go listen to
So he has authored a book before, and there might even be more. But I think this is going to be about history of Snohomish, or maybe his personal history. So
his mom,
Beth Bates, was that her name? Barbara Bates.
Barbara.
Yeah.
I am terrible with names.
Can't remember.
Mrs. Bates.
Mrs. Bates, yes. So
thank you for scaring away the mall people.
Yes, absolutely. We should put a plaque up in her name somewhere.
Right.
Yeah. So he was such a great guest, and I'm excited for his next adventure.
Yeah. I think it just kind of opened up to seeing like what all this community has to offer and just the history, the recent history.
Yeah.
You know,
why people stay and why people come back.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's really cool, and love Mac. Mac, we will have you back on this podcast.
Come back, Mac.
Any day. And then we rolled into February.
Yeah.
February, Valentine's Day, we did the Heart Attack of Snohomish.
People didn't like that name so much. I received that feedback. No problem.
You know, lessons
We're
learned.
We're going to share the love around Snohomish this year instead.
Exactly. It is perfectly fine. And then I remembered that because it was also the same time as our volunteer appreciation party.
Yeah.
And I remember, I think me and Ingrid and Pam put out the plastic hearts on the tables as decoration.
Yeah, they're cute.
Yeah. And that was also another great event that we held along with the community. That was the first time I watched the recap video that
Snoho Film Co. did for us.
Yeah. And that is still one of like my most favorite videos that like recaps, you know, things around
Snohomish. Still lives on our homepage.
Yeah. It's really great. And it's nice to see a lot of our volunteers in one place.
Yeah, and to honor them for their contributions. And
we got to hand out a couple trophies.
Yeah.
So
got 2024 editions coming up.
I know. I got to start planning for that.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, that was just really nice to kind of take a look at ourselves and be like, yeah, we did stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's a lot of day off volunteers that help out the board members with all of our events. And it's really nice to be able to appreciate them outside of just roping them into more work.
Right. Well, and I also think that like when you get kind of compartmentalized into your groups, to be able to go to one event where you're learning about all the other things that are going on in HDSA that maybe you didn't even know about.
Right.
That was also really cool. So like this year will be fun because we'll have, you know, new groups from new events that we did this year that will be
that's true.
presented in front of this, you know, whole group that wasn't there last year because we did new things. And I'm excited for this year. I think it's going to be fun. So
be on the lookout. Probably in the spring, we'll do another volunteer appreciation party.
It'll come. We'll figure it out.
And then March.
Yeah, we're our first holy celebration in the city, which was not an HDSA event.
Right.
It was put on by the city of Snohomish.
But it was so cool.
It was amazing. I loved it. And I brought my 11-year-old. She loved it too. We had such a good time. And it was such a welcoming community. Like the nicest people. They were so excited to share their culture and share about this holiday that, you know, so many holidays are just kind of like looked over, but they're celebrated by a lot of people that live here in Snohomish and they're important. So it was really fun to like be immersed in that and to just feel like you were welcomed and that you were there to experience it as part of it, whether you're familiar or not.
Right.
And it was very joyful.
Yeah.
And they were explaining it that like, throwing all the colors, those powdered colors is basically like on this day, everyone is the same. Like, because when you're covered in all these colors, everybody is red, blue, pink, green, whatever.
Right.
And we're all the same. And I thought that's really so cool. That's a nice equalizer, you know?
And I love that we got to do it at the Carnegie. Again, like,
it's become that place.
It has. Yeah. And I think we really needed to have that place that kind of anchors, you know, all of these community events. And the weather held out for that event, luckily.
Yes, that would have been messy.
Right. It would have been like muddy.
Muddy colors. I mean, it'd be pretty mud.
Yeah. The pictures from that and the videos from that I saw on social media were really, really cute. I didn't get to attend in person, but it definitely was one that, you know, it was new. It was something different. And like you said, it was just so much joy and happiness that was being shared that it didn't matter if you knew it before or not.
Yeah. Seeing Mayor Redmond, she was having so much fun. That was like the highlight of my day. She was just loving it. I know. And she was just so cute and so joyful. And like, her spirit was represented at that event because it was just like so in line with who she is. It was really cool. I appreciated that.
She's awesome. And the fact that she's out there with everyone. Like, she's not any different.
She was all covered in pink, just like the rest of us.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah. So let's see what happened after that. We're in March. We moved on to
April showers. Well,
I think you probably said that in our April podcast.
But Megan, you got awarded in
I did get awarded that month. Yeah, thank you for remembering
by
that.
The Chamber for community service, which obviously you are excelling at. You do so much for everyone.
I feel spoiled because it's literally part of my job.
I think
now
you go
I will say
above
I
and
volunteer a lot.
You go above and beyond.
But it's honestly like it is such an honor and privilege to have your job.
Yeah.
So much of your job to be bringing the community together or creating events for the community to come to, creating that business community. I mean, like, it's really great. Yeah. I feel spoiled.
And I think the fact that it aligns with what I feel like are your values too, you know, the community aspect, the facilitating events, learning, growth for other people. That is so nice that it can be in synergy with each other.
Yeah.
Like, that is awesome. And I love the picture of you holding the award.
Yeah, it was fun. It was nice to be recognized. You know, it always feels good to be recognized for your work. The Chamber is just such a group. Like, there's a couple groups that I just feel are kind of like sacred almost. Like the Chamber, the people that show up there are like so invested in their businesses, so invested in each other. It's not competitive at all. There's so much cooperation and collaboration. So to be recognized among a group like that is like especially
that's a big deal.
Humbling, right?
Yeah.
That group, and just while we're on it, there's the group called the CCC. I'm finally going to get it right. It's the Community Coordinating Committee. I always forget what it's called.
I never know if it's 3 or 4 C's.
Well, it's a special thing. So it's once a month, the group gets together and it's basically any nonprofit organization or community organization like the Snohomish School District, the Fire District, the City of Snohomish, and then like the Lions and the Carnegie Foundation and the Historical Society, HDSA, the Chamber, like anybody that does that community work, Kahaya Days, they all go to this event. And it's specifically just to be like, this is what we're doing in the community. how can we support each other? How can we help? How can we build upon each other's events?
Right.
Where can we collaborate? What resources can we share?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like the best people in Snohomish are in that room every month.
Yeah.
And I just really appreciate that we have that.
That is awesome.
Anyway, that's my little soapbox for community participation and how lucky we are.
No, that is, I mean, it's a big deal. Not every community, I think we've seen, across America, not every community has that support or has the group of people that is willing to put away the competition and, like you said, just build on top of each other or build off of each other and want everyone to succeed. No gatekeeping, everyone just wants everyone to succeed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we are very thankful to have that. And then we come to May. And it was a very cold and wet May, wasn't it? I feel like winter lasted
I probably
a long
blocked
time.
it out if it was.
But May marks the beginning of...
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
Because I remember talking to Sarah.
Yeah.
And we talked about May of 2022 was horrendous.
That was wet.
And I remember telling her, this May is going to be great.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. We're going to manifest that and it's going to happen. And it did. It was beautiful.
Okay.
Especially on Thursdays.
Any other day can be rainy as long as farmers market day
Thursdays need to be a good day.
Right.
Yeah.
And I love our farmers market. Well, I love Sarah Dillon Jensen.
Yeah. She just got the Blast Boss Award last night. Did you see that?
I saw that. She looked great. And so did Marlena.
She looked amazing.
And Lori.
They all did. Yeah. Marlena was gorgeous. And yeah.
A great group of people there.
Yep.
But I love farmers market. I feel like it's that hope at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
That's like winter is actually over.
The farmers market is back.
We can buy flowers. We can
fresh
buy
veggies.
Local honey. We can buy fruit.
All the bountiful things.
We can buy bread.
I know. And you can walk there.
Yeah.
I can walk there.
Right. I know. We try to bring our dog to the farmer's market before it gets too hot.
Yeah.
And he always enjoys
a good boy.
The attention and the stares and the pets. I love that season that we get to be.
It's a joyful season. It's like a celebratory time.
Right?
Yeah.
And everyone's just out walking around having a good time, eating kettle corn.
Yep.
And it's a fun time.
Totally.
So May is really nice after a long winter, especially.
Yeah. Oh, and you have on here the flower basket poster competition. That was cool. I think that was Taylor's idea.
Who made the drawing?
Taylor found someone. Taylor is our board president, if you don't know. And she is an artist, a graphic designer, and historian. She does all the things.
Wow.
But she is connected into that community. Yeah. So when we talked about this, I think we talked about it at a board meeting. Yeah. It's kind of where those ideas are usually born.
Uh-huh.
And she found a resource. I think it was like $40.
Wow.
And they took a photo of the rep, where the rep is, and the flower basket hanging there in front of that building. And they created a coloring sheet for that. Yeah. And then Mara Powers, I think her last name is, who works at Thompson and Gildner. She was one of the ones who entered and she ended up winning.
Oh, that's her.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not connect the two names.
So that became the flower basket poster for the season. And we have that in all the directories and it's hanging in sponsors' stores forever and ever.
Yeah.
So for the 2023 year, that was really cool.
Yeah. I thought
we'll do that again.
It was really nice. And I didn't think about it when it was going on. But like today when I was looking at the picture, I was like, wait a second, how did we get that?
Yeah. You know what? One of the best things about that was that I took a bunch of them to Emerson Elementary School. That's where my kid goes. So that's where I have connections. So I just dropped off a bunch for the 4th grade classes, again, where I was connected. And almost every single one had Top It written in at some point because all the elementary school kids just love Top It. So even though it was a different building, they were like, Top It.
That is amazing.
Frozen yogurt swirls and like.
Shout out to Ken. Yeah. You have officially won the hearts of every 4th grader in Emerson.
And probably every young or, kids young and old. I love it there.
I love it too.
I ate there a lot. I ate there yesterday.
I eat there too much, but we love your yogurt, Ken, and your toppings.
And you as a business owner and his family. They're just really cool people.
And his Titanic project just got started. So I can't wait for that to...
That's going to be a 2024
come to fruition.
Unveiling. We'll be recapping on that next year.
I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure. We should get him in here.
He just retired today from his other job.
What?
Yeah,
I did not know
exciting? That. So he's a full-time
Ken.
yogurt man now.
Yeah.
And Titanic creator. Yes. Congratulations, Ken.
Yeah. Good for you.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. That's awesome. So more toppings, right, Ken?
He's got more time to make all the toppings per HDSA request.
Snohomish Storytellers is supported by El Marie Hair Studios.
Sheila?
Yes, Megan?
I was trying to grocery shop for my family.
Yeah.
Not one of my favorite things to do.
It's tough.
It's time consuming. You have to meal plan and all the things. It's never just like grocery shopping.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, you see how much it stinking costs. Everything is so expensive right now. I can't handle it. And it makes it really hard to run your house on a budget, and you have to prioritize all the things that are needs. And but every now and then, like, you just need to take care of yourself.
Right.
And you have to kind of get creative with the way that you spend your money. But I feel like if we're never, especially as moms, busy moms, if we're never taking some time to put our hard-earned money back into ourselves, we just get burnt out.
Right.
So one thing that I really love about El Marie Hair Studio is they're able to work with all budgets. So if you need to just feel pampered, feel loved, make yourself look great again,
right,
they have options for you to do that because they have varying price points based on different levels of hairstylists at each location. And they always have some sort of seasonal promotion. So even if you can, get an extra good deal on a variety of services, so it's not just one thing, like just a haircut or just color today, you can actually get the whole package and feel really good when you leave their studio that day.
Right. You really got to make sure you take time to recharge yourself, to take care of yourself.
Yes.
And, as you busy moms and other busy people out there, it's not always convenient time-wise to go to a hair salon. And that is also why we love El Marie Hair Studio, because they have 5 locations from Mill Creek, Alderwood, Woodinville, Smoky Point, Arlington, and of course, up here in Snohomish. So there is really no excuse to not take care of yourself or your family and take that little piece of that budget, to make sure you feel good about yourself. And don't forget that if you mention HDSA, you will enjoy a special offer of $10 off a haircut and $20 of a color for a total of $30 in savings from your hair.
That's so awesome.
So there's really no excuse to take care of yourself. Take a moment.
Yes.
Put some of that budget
Take
for
this
yourself.
ad as the time. This is for you. If you've been thinking about it, you need to go do it.
Yes. For more information and to book your next appointment, you can go to elmariehairstudio.com. That's ELLEMARIE hairstudio.com. And then into June. June was
a big
huge.
month.
June was huge. We had our first Pride celebration in town.
Yeah.
Which was amazing.
That was probably one of the best days of my life.
Yeah.
Like, not even just professional, but like, I'm not kidding. It was such an amazing day because the community came together in such a monumental, exciting way. And it meant so much to so many people that to be part of that, even though like that committee was phenomenal and did 99.9% of the work. And my 0.1% was like
signing checks,
helping day of, signing checks and like responding to emails.
Yeah.
But to be there that day was like, really, really cool. That was a great experience.
I was really bummed I couldn't watch the actual parade because I was setting up for the wine walk that day.
I didn't see it either, actually.
You didn't?
No, because I was back at the Carnegie at the Pride
Market
headquarters or whatever it was. Yeah, so I was just off enough that I couldn't see it, but I was watching it a little bit on the live stream. Which was really cool.
I didn't get to see it, but the responses that I've heard, the feedback, and everyone just feeling so welcome.
It was just so joyful and colorful and happy and vibrant. And like, it was really great.
We just need more joy in this world.
Right?
Yeah. So June was amazing. Like we opened up summer with
historical.
A bang. Yeah.
It was a cool day. Yeah. And you had your wine walk that day.
Yeah. That was my first solo wine walk.
Yeah.
And that was awesome because everyone in Pride also participated in that. We had a couple wineries that brought special Pride labels, which I thought were super cool.
Yeah.
And just joyful.
Yeah.
Joyful was really
very
the word.
Joyful.
And rolling through summer in July, we had Klahaya Days.
We learned in Klahaya Days, didn't we?
We learned. Well, we had fun.
Not to sell hot dogs.
We had fun. We learned how to prepare food safely.
Yes, we did.
So, we learned
about hand washing stations.
Correct. And that you have to boil hot dogs before you grill them.
Yep. We had amazing volunteers for that. Dustin and Chelsea Brown were like the heroes of Klahia Days.
Right. Yes. They pulled through. The numbers of hot dogs that Dustin and Rich pulled out that weekend was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And we had our auction, our online
our first
auction.
ever auction. That was great.
Yeah. We had some really cool prizes in that auction. We had a hot air balloon ride. Skydiving. We had an airplane ride. We had these really cute gift baskets from, I think it was Snohomish Bee Company.
Yeah.
And just like awesome things. And that ranges, I think at the end, the bidding was such a good range of things where like anyone who wanted to participate can participate.
And some people got some really good deals on stuff too.
Right.
Like, what was one of the Anna Marie's basket?
Oh yeah, that was really cute.
That was worth like $650.
No way.
Yeah, like she stuffed that thing full of value,
Anna
and
Marie
I think someone
awesome
got it
like
for
that.
like $400, something like that. So like, they got a steal. Yeah. Sometimes you really do win in the auctions. Like you win double.
Right. And that was just so much fun. I think that was a really good partnership with the Websters.
Yeah.
And their awesome
first
people.
year taking on that ginormous event.
Aaron and Bill. We love you.
I remember that day they were like, yeah, we're thinking for next year. I was like, I'm impressed that you're even saying the words next year after this much work. But they were just so excited about it.
They have so much energy.
They show up like
everywhere.
Times a million.
Right?
Yeah.
So glad to have them in our community. And then August, kind of tail end of summer, we had the block party.
Yeah.
Noah Cyrus came to town.
That was pretty cool. I didn't get to go to the block party. Did you?
I did not. Admittedly, I don't like too big of crowds.
Yeah,
so.
We're both kind of introverts.
This is why we speak behind a mic.
We have a family birthday that weekend, so it always falls on that weekend.
Gotcha.
And so I haven't been able to go yet because it's always family, child birthday priority, you know. But it's always very busy down here, and they get some really cool names.
Yeah, they do.
Tex and Laura. Right. Another couple.
They're doing a great job.
Community power couples that just like, they're not power couples in the sense of like, we're rolling in the dough. It's like they spend so much time.
How much they do for the community.
Giving of themselves to the community.
Yeah.
And they make some really cool stuff happen.
Yeah. Block party is always such a big thing. And I think you mentioned this in one of our previous podcasts, or maybe just us in talking, but it's so cool that in Snohomish now you can get so many things.
Yeah.
So many events, so many cultural
experiences.
Thank you. Without needing to leave.
Right. I think we talked about that because of Erica's, the concert series, the Snohomish concert series.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you can stay in Snohomish and get like amazing quality, beautiful classical music.
Right. And I was just talking to one of my coworkers today. He just moved from like Seattle to Linwood, and he's slowly like convincing his wife to like move further and further into the suburbs because he's like, I need a garage and a barn to do my like woodworking and stuff. And I was like, you should move to Snohomish.
We have all those things.
Right. And I was
Cut down your own trees.
I mean, you could.
With a permit.
Right. But I was like, I don't even go to the city anymore because anything that I need, whether, it's a nice steak dinner or events like those cultural experiences we're talking about, I don't need to leave. Like, me going to the city is literally going to Linwood nowadays. That's
the big city.
Right. That is the big city.
I go to Bellevue more than I'll go to Seattle.
Oh, really?
If I can.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
It's easier. It's more accessible.
Yeah.
A little nicer.
Yeah.
I have less fear going to Bellevue than I do to Seattle, which is kind of sad. Like, I grew up in the Seattle area. Yeah. And like my experience as a child was so different than anything that I'll have my kids experience.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a topic for another day. But it is nice that you can stay in Snohomish and find all these things, including gluten-free goods at Grain.
I saw your post the other day about Grain, and I was like, that was so true.
So spoiled.
So true.
They can never leave.
Yeah.
She must stay in Snohomish forever.
Right.
Just for me.
Just for Megan.
Just for me.
And then, so after, Block Party was end of August. In September, we had the Snohomish Arts Community put on their first
new group that started this year. They just celebrated 1 year, I think in November.
Right. Not too long ago.
Yeah.
And it's awesome to have this dedicated group for the arts, and also the studio tour pulled in, what was it, like 300 or 400 people?
Yeah.
It was.
They did really well. And
really
that's
awesome.
Also when they launched the Snohomish shuttle.
Oh, right. That was. So the Websters again
doing all the things
with their
They're
bus.
like, oh, we need a shuttle. All right,
Let's
we'll go get a shuttle. No
Drive it around.
problem. We'll have a shuttle service on top of everything else that we do.
They're people of action. I love it.
But yeah, that was, I think, I might be wrong about this, but I think that might have been their inaugural event.
I think so too.
Something different.
Oh, was it Block Party?
You're right. You're right. They did use it. Oh, actually, this is what happened. I remember now. They wanted a shuttle for Kahaya Days. So they contracted a shuttle service. And with the amount of money they spent on the shuttle service, they're like, maybe we should just get a shuttle bus because that's a need that we have and we don't want to contract every single time. That's why they ended up getting a bus. And then I think, Trent, you're right. It was the Snohomish Block Party that they did the christening, the shuttle christening.
And I love that it's a free shuttle service, that the if you like give them donations, it goes to like the food bank, if I'm not mistaken, for one of them.
Yeah,
like,
they did the cold weather shelter for Winterfest.
So it's a good cause. Like it's good for us as like customers, right? So that we can have a little more breathing room with the parking.
Yeah.
But it's also great for the community because the proceeds go there. I don't know how they do it.
They are just the biggest givers in the world.
Right.
How lucky did we get that they ended up here in Snohomish?
Right. We're also not letting them ever leave.
Yes. Bill and Aaron, you can never move. You must stay.
And then we had the Miss Roper Rom.
Come and knock on our door. There's the singing.
Yeah, which we talked about with Lori in our previous episode. So listen to that. Because the stories behind that is so
funny.
Great.
Like being downtown and seeing that was just hilarious and
Moo-moos everywhere.
So fun. But it really, that was the cool thing about that too, is that even though it's kind of silly, it was again an equalizer.
Yes.
Everybody that day was just Mrs. Roper. Everybody was Helen.
Yeah.
Everybody looked the same. Everybody was friendly.
Yeah.
Having so much fun.
Right.
So I really appreciated that. Like it might seem like a silly event, but it actually meant a lot to a lot of people that came and they had a good time, were able to like just remove themselves from daily life and just have fun with something goofy,
Again, more joy.
Yes.
We don't need more serious stuff.
We need more happiness.
And then in October, spooky season, everyone should listen to the episode of our podcast at the Oxford because that is a ton of fun. But it was also the Snohomish Zombie Walk. Which,
yay, Trent and Sheila.
Yeah, Trent, our producer, is the chair for it. And it was another fundraiser for the food bank, to get them prepared for the upcoming holiday season. And it's always a good time. A very different event, than a lot of what we do normally. Definitely from the wine walk.
You don't really see a whole lot of stuff like that. I mean, I know it's a whole movement of people and that there is like a following for something, but it's not like you have your local zombie walk. Right. I mean, we do, but it's not like
but we're special.
Yeah. And I love that like HDSA can serve in that place where we can. Like you could do a fundraiser where you're like, we're just going to collect money for the food bank. Right. And that's totally as effective as far as your benefit for the organization that's receiving those things. Right. But doing all the extra work of a community event is because you're providing something that brings value to the whole community and serves as this fundraiser. Yeah. Which is like, that's a choice and a sacrifice, you know? So I appreciate both of you for that work, especially you, Trent. But it's, those are the types of sacrifices that so many of these people that we've been talking about are making just because they like being those placemakers, And your community like Snohomish you don't have that without this work going on. It just, you can't take it for granted. Right. It doesn't just appear out of nowhere. And it's like, honestly, when you reflect on it, if people just have the experience of like, oh, Snohomish is this wonderful place and I don't even realize how special it is because this is all that I've known, then we've all done our jobs, right? But there is so much work and care that goes into it. And it's not for any sort of accolades or acknowledgement. It's just because you want to contribute to your community that way. Right. And it's always volunteers doing that.
Right. It's awesome.
So just applause to everybody that contributes that way.
We live in such a special place.
We really do. Yeah. We're so lucky.
And also in October, speaking of special places, we got the announcement, the
official
surprise,
recognition.
Of becoming Main Street accredited.
Yes. A Washington State Main Street designated community.
Yes. Which big snaps to Megan for honestly pushing this thing through. Like without you, HDSA would not have been able to
you guys
put
just
together
needed
everything.
I don't even say you guys. You were new. HDSA just needed a strategic plan.
There you go.
was it. All of the elements were there. The people were there. The community participation, the city staff, like all the things that needed to be there were there. We just needed execution.
And you were the thing that pulled us all together, so.
Well, it was fun.
Yeah.
And honestly, like when we did our application, I remember telling Trent and Taylor this, like, I feel 70% confident that we might get it this year.
Yeah.
My ultimate goal was 2025.
Yeah.
And then when we actually got the accreditation, I was like, oh,
yeah,
we did it. We did it a year early.
Yeah.
Like, and just to give some context, like the Washington State Main Street program, it's a state program that's housed under the Department of Historic Preservation. And it has, requirements, structure. There's 70 something communities overall.
Yeah.
And there's an accreditation that you can have. And there's also an affiliate status. So we have a lot of affiliates. HDSA has been an affiliate for a while. And nobody can see this visually. But like if you put your hand like at, tummy level, that's the affiliate level. And then if you move up to the top of your head,
right,
that is
it's a big
accreditation level. Like you actually have to maintain a lot of work.
Right.
And to prove that, you are meeting all those 4 points, which is economic vitality, promotion, outreach, and design and historic preservation. Like those are all the things that go into successful placemaking groups.
Right.
I think getting that accreditation just really shows the strength and power of our program.
Yeah.
And also the strength and power of our community.
Right.
Because while HDSA might be the facilitator of this and the stewards of the downtown district, it's not like our application was HDSA did all of these things.
Right.
It was very much focused on partnerships.
Yeah.
Our partnerships with the city, our partnerships with our other nonprofits, our volunteers.
Right.
Like those are the foundational pieces of what makes a Main Street community. So while we might have been the face of that or the ones who are being, accountable for those things, it's not like it's just us doing the work.
Right.
So
it takes a community to build a community.
It does.
Right?
Yeah. But that was a big deal. And that's something we should all celebrate. Like anybody who's listening, whether you've been a patron of downtown Snohomish or you work here or you're a community member, resident, volunteer, you're in one of these nonprofits, you're a business owner, whatever it is, like this is something for all of us to take pride in and feel a sense of accomplishment,
Yeah. And I'm just so excited as to the doors that having this accreditation will open for us in the future, because then the more that we can do, the more, again, we're just feeding the community with more things to make the community better.
Absolutely.
So really, really excited for what this brings us next year and to all the years to come. Yeah, forever.
For anybody who's going to
maintain the accreditation
in these places after we're gone.
Yeah. So I think lots of things coming up. Stay tuned, everyone, because there's going to be plenty. But yeah, super excited. And that came
for everybody
on such a nice time.
Absolutely.
And then in November, we had one of my favorite events of the year. And I was so bummed. I was sick.
I know.
And then I couldn't attend because putting
JD the reindeer wasn't there.
Putting reindeer, what do you call it?
Antlers.
Thank you. Putting reindeer antlers on JD is one of my favorite things.
Tradition.
To do. And dressing him up in his red coat to look like Santa.
Being a greyhound and how tall he is, he does actually pass for a little reindeer.
He's a tiny horse. Tiny horse.
We could just call him Sven.
Yes. Honestly, you probably could. Same brain cell as Sven too. But Trent got to work the event
on his birthday.
Yes, on his 30th birthday. But I saw the videos again. Thank you, social media, so that I can live it from home.
Yeah. Lyman Media did a nice reel for us, as did Snoho Film Co. I felt so spoiled that they both showed up. I was like, oh my gosh, you're both here. Thank you. And they did beautiful work.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
Like it's another one of those where, under just the lights of the Christmas tree once it gets dark, and just the music and the singing and the dancing and just the joy.
It's very moving.
Yeah.
Like there's something about it. I don't know what it is, but I think it's just like that quintessential holiday small town experience, and just all the little kids that are like, this is literal magic to them. Like their eyes are so big and like the reflections of the white lights are in their little eyes and they're so happy and they have the biggest smiles and it's just like the best. It's like you're building these people's core memories.
Yeah.
Like I remember, doing Christmas stuff with our kids when they were little and I still remember details of those things. So to know that you're like creating that experience is really cool.
Right.
And again, like I said, just a privilege to be part of this sort of work.
Yeah.
Speaking of reindeer, Nancy from the chamber brought actual reindeer to that event, which was so cool.
I saw the pictures.
Wrangling one out to the trailer at the end of the night. And I was like, you can add that to your resume, Nancy. Reindeer wrangler.
I would have paid to see Nancy wrangle.
She was loving it. And she was having so much fun. She was just like, oh yeah, like,
she can do
leading
so
this little
much.
guy out. Yeah.
Reindeer wrangling was an unexpected one, but I know she can do it. And that's
check, done.
That is awesome. So hopefully she'll bring more next year.
Yeah.
Or even the alpacas were out, right? Or the llamas?
The llamas, the llama lady, she participates in that event each year. So
we're just going to have a whole petting zoo at some point.
Basically. It's a very Snohomish thing to do.
I'll put GD out there. People can pet him.
He's so cute. Yeah. He's welcome to come anytime.
And that event was definitely kind of like the starting gun for the holiday season.
Yes.
Right? Home for the Holidays was that weekend. Window competition started.
Yeah, everything started.
And we were leading up all the way for Winterfest.
Yeah, which we just completed.
Yay!
Yeah, that was a big undertaking. And we learned a lot. Again, there was things that we learned, like you have to have platforms for your snow globes because when two atmospheric rivers come in back to back and you get more rain in one weekend than you normally get in the entire month of December, and it happens to fall on your weekend of your event.
But we made the best of it.
It was great. Best of it was. And the volunteers in this committee were so wonderful. And I just really appreciated how invested they were. And actually, this is a good example of bringing your ideas to HDSA because this was not my idea or anybody on our board. This was from volunteers.
Right.
And the types of volunteers that were like, I would love to see something like this and I'm willing to work to make it happen.
Yeah.
Brandy Schrader is the one who's kind of the brainchild behind this. And she like put her money where her mouth was and really showed up in a huge way.
Yeah.
And then we had another volunteer named Lucy. She ended up in the Winterfest committee. I don't really remember how. I think she might have just emailed us and said she wanted to be involved.
Sure.
And we were at one of our planning meetings and she was like, I'd really like to try my hand a little bit more at social media. She does a lot of planning and like, communication work in her job. And then she's also a photographer. So she's like, I just kind of want to try it. I'm like, no problem. Let me give you the login to Canva. She killed it. She did such a good job.
Yeah.
And I was able to just like ask her, if you want to take leadership of this, you've got it. You can totally own it. And she like handled all of it.
That's awesome.
Like she would confer with me a little bit, but that is so rewarding because that's exactly what volunteering should be like.
Right.
Like she liked it. She kind of discovered a new skill and something that was fun for her.
Yeah.
And she got to show up for her community that way.
Yeah.
And then she came and she's also, like I said, a photographer and she took the most beautiful photos of all of our sponsors in their little snow globes.
Yeah.
And then she took photos of like Mrs. Claus and Santa over at Top It. And she got some adorable photos of the kids visiting with Santa.
That's awesome.
And she just wanted to be there.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I'm going to share all these photos with you, and so it's so cool to see these volunteers find like a spark that makes them excited in a way that they can contribute.
Right.
And so that's where it's so rewarding, and these are all little elements of events that you don't necessarily know about,
Yeah.
But this is the work. Like this is the work that everybody's invited to.
Right.
So there's again another soapbox about community stuff.
No, but that is really awesome. Volunteering with HDSA, like we're not going to force you to do things that you don't enjoy, We don't
want you to do things you don't enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. Because we love it when the volunteers have that ownership, that love, that passion that comes naturally. And it just makes everything much better, right? When you're like working with someone who's like, I'm really excited about A, B, C, D, and E, you know? And you can collaborate together with them and do all that fun stuff. So it's great to, I think we've really grown, slowly grown our volunteers and our committees this year. So hopefully more to come with that next year.
There's plenty of opportunities to discover something that you might really love.
Right?
Yeah.
Whether it's wine at the wine walk, whether it's social media, whether it's zombies, whether it's literally so many things.
Historical building databases,
right?
Grant writing.
Oh, I forgot to mention the mural. You know, like the mural.
Artists.
Yeah, and there's just so many opportunity, like with your skill set or whatever passion, whatever things you want to learn.
Yeah,
to do it in Snohomish.
Yeah, there's plenty of places to invest,
right?
And to grow and network and meet people.
Yeah,
and
just get a start.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that has been probably a drop in the bucket of all of the things that happened in Snohomish
all we have
this
time
past
for.
year, right? But it has been such a fun-filled year with a lot of hard work, no doubt.
Yeah.
Blood, sweat, and tears go into a lot of these things, right?
But it's normally joy.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a sense of rewarding, like, accomplishment.
And I think we got that this year.
We did. And you and I became besties.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's really the biggest win of the year.
I was talking to Brianne during our board meeting earlier this week.
The Main Street director,
Brianne. The Main Street director. And she was like, oh, how did you get involved with HDSA? Blah, blah, blah. And I was telling her, oh yeah, this is my story. And then at the end, I was like, yeah, and Megan and I like became really good friends through the podcast. And now we like share a brain cell.
We really do.
So one of us has it.
Yes.
Most of the time it's Megan.
I don't know. I think we definitely balance that out between the two of us. Like if I'm totally off, you're on. And it's like a marriage at this point.
Exactly. But it's good.
Marriage.
It's good. One of us has it at all times.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you, Sheila, as a board member, and you, Trent. Thank you for everything you've contributed to this podcast. It's been so fun.
Yes. And he makes us sound wonderful.
You do. Yes. Partway through season 2, volume 2.
Yeah.
Excited to see what else comes this year. And it's just such a great way to share what's going on in the community, what's going on at HDSA.
Mm-hmm.
Highlight the community goodness that we've got going on. So
and HDSA, we are having our annual planning meeting in January, which I am very excited about because we're doing it at a very nice spot.
The Flowing Lake Retreat.
Yes.
What is it called? A retreat on Flowing Lake.
Yeah. But as part of that, I do want to put out an invitation to everyone who's listening that I think, as you've heard throughout this recap, there's so many opportunities in Snohomish. You can really make it what you want it to be. And there is room. There is opportunity for you to bring in whatever it is you think is missing.
Yeah.
So reach out to us.
Share it with us.
Yeah. Email us, DM us, comment on our socials. But we want to hear from you guys as to, what you think is valuable to have in the community, to add into the community. And, as the stewards of the historic downtown Snohomish district, we will try our best to make it happen and
we invite you to come along.
Exactly. Exactly. So tell us what you think would be great to have in Snohomish in 2024.
Absolutely.
So with that, that's a wrap on 2023.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, you can now go on vacation, Megan.
Okay. I will immediately.
Okay, well, have a good holiday season, everyone.
Too. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yay. Thank you for listening to today's episode of Snohomish Storytellers.
Keep writing those stories, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Snohomish Storytellers, brought to you by the Historic Downtown Snohomish Association, produced by Red Trucks.